Hey, Steve, guess what?
What?
It's time to welcome everyone to our Christmas special.
Christmas special? Tell me about the Christmas special, Greg.
Well, first, this is Chaps Cast.
Okay.
It is the show where we talk about everything and nothing at the same time.
I like that still.
I can't believe I forgot that
I know.
for however many episodes.
Every time I hosted, I would do it, but no one else was doing it.
Well, it's a great introduction.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So anyways, this is the Steve and Greg Christmas special.
Yeah.
Although, do you know what we do? Regardless of what time of year it is?
I feel like we take a shot.
Of the show.
A shot of the show. Greg, what are we doing today? I almost called you Josh.
Oh, that would have been sad.
Would have been sad. Josh is nice.
I know, but this is the
it is
Greg
our
and
Greg
Steve special.
I know.
Yeah.
What are you doing a shot of today?
Alright, so today we're doing it again, bringing it back. It's very thematic. It is the Bacardi red spice rum.
Yes.
Good stuff going on. For two reasons. One, red, holiday colors. Just like your ugly Christmas sweater.
Beautiful Christmas sweater.
That's not the name of the category.
But it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful ugly Christmas
It's got
sweater.
dinosaurs. Yours has a dinosaur too.
A dinosaur. Just the one. But he has food.
That's
he's
true.
eating, he's full. You're just gonna be hungry.
Alright, so let's do our shot of the show.
Oh, also the other reason. It's like we're having a rum and eggnog. Just holding the eggnog.
It's like we're having a rum.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's get shit going.
Oh,
Cheers.
there we go. You know, I'm not a big fan of rum. But this red
It's
rum,
not bad.
something's different about it.
Well, it's Christmas.
Oh, it's Christmas rum.
It's Christmas rum.
That's why. So now I heard you had a story about Christmas time.
About Christmas time, now. This wasn't on Christmas.
Well, the general vicinity. That's all that matters.
So, when I was a kid, we would obviously write to Santa.
Yeah.
We mailed that out, and then usually like 3 weeks later or so, we get mail in the back, or mail in return from Santa.
From Santa.
Yeah, so he would write us back, and it was always nice. One year, I don't know what I did this year. With my letter, I got a piece of coal, and I got a thing being
Did he not tell you?
Pardon?
Did he not tell you
Did he not tell me what?
why you got the coal?
Oh, no specific reason. He just like, smarten up, kid. Something along those lines. And I was like, fucking Santa. Alright. Gotta get my toys. Yeah.
And it worked?
Well, I got toys, yeah. I guess.
Yes. What'd you do to smarten up?
I don't know. I just... Basement dwellers were yelling. I'm not even too sure.
Well, speaking of presents, Santa Claus. I don't remember this, but I remember being told this. No, actually I do remember it. So anyways, as a young kid, I don't remember what age, I went downstairs one year, and for some reason I figured out really early that Santa wasn't real. Spoilers, in case.
Were you the kid that ruined it for everybody in the playground?
No.
Okay,
No,
good.
I wasn't. I wasn't that kid.
Okay. No parent wants their kid to be that kid. That kid's hated.
So yeah, but what I did was, I knew he wasn't real, but I still really wanted the toys. And I didn't trust my parents to get me Santa level toys on their own without it being from Santa. I wanted like the two from them and from Santa.
You're an awful person.
So what I did is I went downstairs and I went to talk to my mom. I'm like, Mom, listen, I know Santa's not real, but I still want a present from Santa because Jeff believes. And I won't tell him if I get it.
I'm going to blackmail you, Mom. Give me the presents.
Pretty much, I guess so.
That's cold. Now, did you ever give or receive a funny gift from your parents? Now, I want to give you an example.
Funny gift.
Now, I personally didn't, but my parents were funny this time. Doesn't happen
This
all the
last
time.
year?
No. This was when we were kids.
Oh, this one time. Okay.
My sister, obsessed with Harry Potter. Right?
Yeah.
She writes on her Christmas list, anything to do with HP. And so my mom's like, oh, anything to do with HP. HP sauce. I was like, it's my mom.
Yep. Oh, that's a good one.
Right?
I remember for like a long time, I wanted a cell phone for Christmas. It was back before, like, friggin' toddlers had them, which apparently toddlers have electronics now.
Okay.
Which is weird. But anyways, what my mom did was she used the box from her cell phone that she got to wrap another present.
Oh, your mom's good.
Oh, yeah, she did one of those.
How old were you wanting a cell phone?
Like, end of elementary school.
Okay, reasonable. But,
yeah.
You know, I think I got mine when I was 14, grade 9, grade 10.
Yeah. I didn't end up getting it until a couple of years later, but I mean.
Now, I want to toss this out there.
Pretty.
The whole idea behind Santa is great, but creepy, but at the same time, at what age do you tell a kid that Santa doesn't exist? Now, do you even tell them? Do you let them figure it out on their own?
I don't think you tell them. I'm on the let them figure it out boat. Now
you sit there in an awkward phase, though, because as a parent, you don't know if they know that Santa exists. Are you just doing it for your own entertainment at that point? I like how your answer was, without question, yeah, Steve.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, Steve. It's part of the experience as a parent to play up the Santa role. That's what I'm thinking.
I get it, but like if your kid is playing it up, like my parents never had that talk with me.
Yeah.
They never had a lot of talks with me. But I think had they told me, hey, let's sit you down, Santa's not real. Sorry to break your heart. When you're a kid. At a certain point, like let me have my fun, whatever. But at a certain point, I would be like, oh, okay. That's fine. And then they still do the stocking stuff, whatever, and then the rest of the week stuff from them. But at the same, like, I prefer it that way now because there was never a defining point where I discovered, or like I knew Santa wasn't real, but there was no defining point where we had a mutual understanding that I knew Santa wasn't real.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, oh my God, Santa got me this. Oh, Santa's so great. Santa's cool.
So you're just pretending?
So it's like you pretend, or like, where's that?
See,
where's that line?
You were saying that I was blackmailing, but you were living a lie. For a couple
you blackmailed
years.
your mother. That's nothing the same.
You were living a lie.
I was entertaining them
living
for the purposes you mentioned earlier.
A double life, Steve.
No. For the purposes you mentioned earlier, you were like,
oh,
you have to play it up as a parent to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I was giving my parents the joy of Christmas.
Well,
they don't get to experience Santa
kids,
only through me. Only through me now.
Well, then our kids will do that for us if we don't tell them.
But at what point, like, I feel like you should tell them at some point.
I think you just gotta play it up. Same as, another thing is, there's been some controversy. I said that really bad.
You did say that. I was like, do I call it? And then keep going.
Yeah, I correct. Yeah, controversy. I acknowledge.
Toss in an H.
A little bit of Sean Connery.
Yep.
Speak. Anyways, Elf on the Shelf.
Elf on the Shelf.
Have you heard of it?
I have heard of it. What about it?
People are thinking that parents are utilizing this as like a terror tool to get their kids to constantly behave, being like, hey, this elf is always watching and monitoring you.
T-Game, is that what Elf on the Shelf is about?
That's apparently how some parents take it.
I don't know anything about Elf on the Shelf. I know that it's literally a doll.
Yeah,
that
so it's a
sits on
doll
a shelf.
that comes with a book that explains the rules of Elf on the Shelf.
Oh, Jesus, this sounds awful. This sounds like a horror game for kids.
No, it's great. Because what happens is the story is that the elf comes and he visits sometime before Christmas. It's flexible, so the parents can choose. You can have it in December 1st, a couple weeks before. You can start it in November. And then what you do is the first night that he visits with the book. So you don't tell your kid about it. You let the kid discover the elf sitting with the book. And you're like, oh, what is this?
I'm terrified right now. Keep going.
And then so what you do is you like read the book. You're like, oh, Elf on a Shelf, huh? And then you read the rules of the book with your kid.
Okay.
And then you see what you have to do with Elf on a Shelf.
What type of rules are there?
I don't know.
Okay, so you've never experienced
I haven't read it myself, but I've only heard
this
about it.
concept really freaks me out.
And then so every night, what happens is when you go to sleep, the elf gets into mischief. So what you can do is you can make him...
Nope, I am against this game. Nope. These rules... Nope.
His mischief is like, maybe one night he'll be brushing...
This is the Christmas version of Slappy. That doesn't kill you.
No, but like, maybe one night what he is...
Or maybe he does.
He's brushing his teeth. because he knows that you have to brush your teeth every night in order to be good for Santa.
No.
Or maybe the next night he was hungry and just started eating some cereal.
Nope.
So he's got a bowl of cereal at the kitchen table. Or maybe one night he's just playing hide and seek and he's like under the couch or something. And then he can leave like little notes being like, oh, I noticed you did this good thing. Keep it up. Or
so my cousin Mandy just, she made a Facebook post, I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And she's like, her husband, Matt, gave me permission to do the Elf on the Shelf. And I had no idea what she's referring to. I was like, I know the Elf on the Shelf. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Like I thought maybe it's a creepy toy because it's a doll.
No, but
I didn't realize this. This is fucked up.
But then sometime before Christmas, which is also flexible, the elf goes back to the North Pole to help with the production of toys for the next year.
No, this is not okay with me on any fucking level.
Oh, I love it.
No, this is,
yeah.
This is, honestly, take Slappy, give him a Christmas hat, and then tell him not to kill kids.
No, not even.
That's exactly what this is. If you remember the Fear episode,
okay.
which, were you on that one?
Yeah.
You were on, yeah, it was Josh, Josh wasn't on that one. We had Mike on this one.
Yeah, we had Mike. And his audio cut.
The audio cut. Oh, yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah.
Slappy. Big issue with me from Goosebumps. And this is all that fucking is in a Christmas theme.
No, it's not. No. It's
a doll coming to life
times.
in the middle of the night when you don't expect it. Here, I left you a note. Here, I left this mess. Fucking clean it up and, don't make a mess.
Yeah.
Here, I left the toothbrush out. You should have put it fucking away. This is...
No, he's like, here, I was brushing my teeth, but you caught me brushing my teeth. It's a good thing to do before bed. Keeps cavities
This
away.
has to give kids nightmares. There's no way it doesn't give kids nightmares.
I actually have a coworker who does this with their kid. And so they do a lot of creative things. Like...
Honestly, when you have kids, they're probably going to call me one day and be like, Uncle Steve, Elf on the Shelf is back. It's not even Christmas!
but like, you'd really like this one. One night, what happened with the elf that he did for his kids was he got a cereal box, right, which was the Lucky Charms, cut out the face of the Lucky Charms leprechaun, and put the elf's face there in the box for some of the time.
No.
Yeah.
No, this isn't Halloween.
No, he loves it so much that he actually
the parent loves this.
No. Kid loves it so much. Finding the elf, seeing like where it's going to be next, because it's like, the adventure and exploration, like Easter is when you're finding the eggs. But you got to find the elf.
Hang on. So, how do they know that the elf is even there that day? Because you said he goes back and forth between North Pole.
Because then they'll find the note.
Oh, so there's a note sitting there on a certain spot, and then it's like
he left to go back to the North Pole to help with toy production.
But if there's no note, then he's just somewhere in the house.
Yes.
Okay. Not okay.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do this, do it with something cool, like Toy Story. No kid's gonna be afraid of Woody, with sitting there by the toothbrush.
Well, I guess you could adapt it with like Woody or Buzz Lightyear or something cool.
But it's still a little creepy, but it's not nightmare creepy.
That's not the Christmas theme though.
Exactly. This is the Halloween theme, which is messed up.
This is the Christmas theme. It's so good.
You just said it's not the Christmas theme.
No, the Woody and the other one are not, but the elf is.
Oh.
Especially because you got the reasoning, so he comes to see how good the little boys and girls are before Christmas. Then he leaves.
If Santa can see you when you're sleeping, he can see you at all times. What does he need an elf for?
But then it's something interactive for the kids. They get to interact with the elf every day. They don't get to see Santa every day. And so my coworker's kid actually gets so excited, he wakes up super early, does all his chores so he can get ready to go find the elf, and actually writes notes to the elf so that he can read them when he wakes up at night.
You know what? That's kind of cute.
Yeah, it's
that
super
part's
cute.
The elf itself is terrifying. The concept behind the elf is terrifying. That kid, although those actions are cute, probably going to grow up to be a murderer because he's enjoying this.
No. He's going to be great.
That's how murders are made.
No, they're made.
Making a Murderer. Have you seen it?
They're made.
Elf on the Shelf.
By killing.
Co-starring in it.
No.
Yeah.
They're made by killing like animals. I haven't seen it.
There you go.
But
Watch it, and you'll see.
No, it's not even there. Bet you it's not even there.
I'm just saying. Any other Christmas stories besides Elf on the Shelf?
No, that's a really good thing. I want to do it with my kids.
Did you ever... You're so fucked up. Did you ever sneak downstairs while Santa was... Or did you stay up a little bit extra late?
No.
None of those?
No. I always tried to get to sleep as soon as I could because I figured the quicker I fall asleep, the sooner it'll be morning and Bob's your uncle.
Mm.
Yep.
So I would try to stay up.
You're a sneaker?
I was a sneaker. Now, it was interesting. My parents had a couple different ways of going about this. One, my mom, she stays up much later than my dad. My dad goes to bed relatively early.
Yeah.
So usually he'd be in bed, she'd be downstairs watching TV. Now, this was in the time where I wasn't sure if Santa was real or not. Like, there's that phase where it's like, maybe he is real, but all the kids at school say he's not. But maybe.
I think I had that.
So, and then I also wanted to catch my mom in the act because I was like, Mom stays up. It's gotta be her.
Yeah.
And then I was like, maybe does Dad know? So, I'd sneak over by the stairs. I would lay down and I would just kind of sit there and listen while she watched her soap operas. And, by the way, Days of Our Lives. Watch it. Watch a lot of that. And As the World Turns. And Passions. I watched a lot of soap operas in my day.
Anyways, soap operas.
I would lay there for a while.
Maybe we should have an episode about how soap operas have scarred you for things like Elf on the Shelf.
Ooh. There was, in Passions, there was Tabitha and, what's her doll's name?
Creepy doll.
Hilarious doll. He's the only funny doll. Although...
He's a funny doll.
Yeah, he's really funny. He's totally kind of creepy, but...
Yeah.
Not doable. So anyways, I would lay there and I would listen for my mom to actually do things.
Mm-hmm.
Never did anything while I was laying there. I don't know if she knew. She caught on. I don't know. But then eventually I'd be like, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Then there were other times where she and my dad would go to bed and I would get up, sneak out of my room, crawl over to the stairs and just lay there and listen, being like, he's going to be down through the fire any minute. Just sat there for like half hour. And, nope, going to bed. Never caught him.
Mm.
Never caught him.
That's because you didn't wait long enough.
Yeah, that's clearly it.
Yeah, you should have stayed up the entire night.
No, my parents would have caught on. Or Santa would have caught on.
Yeah. They open the door and see line, they'd be like, oh,
can't do it yet.
Let's go to the washroom.
Then, no one comes in, or no Santa, no gifts, no nothing, and it's like, oh, well, were you up all night? Yeah. Well, that's why.
Yeah. You didn't go to bed.
Santa knew.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's...
then they can save money that Christmas.
Oh, that's a good way to do it.
Oh, man.
Have a dumb kid like me, you could save some money.
Just return the gifts back.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, my kid stayed up all night. He doesn't need these.
I think that covers me for Christmas stories. Cold 1 year. I ended up getting gifts in the end, which was nice.
Yep. The staying up stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I never stood up. I always just really tried to, try and go. But the thing is, the more I tried to go to sleep, the less it worked. So I ended up staying up like half the night, just being like super excited for the morning.
What about the best Christmas gift you've ever given?
Best one. Do you have something? There's been a couple pretty good ones. With my mom, the 1 year is pretty great because I work at the Brick.
Yep.
So I was able to get a flat screen, decent sized TV for pretty cheap because it was like a discontinued something or another and floor model special as well. Plus then also staff discount.
Yep.
So I stacked everything onto this to get a great deal. And then ended up somehow tricking her to leave the room Christmas morning. So we had some gifts set out and everything.
Yeah.
And we had a decoy box and stuff. And then so when she came back in, the TV was set up and was playing on the fireplace channel. And so she comes into the room and then we're sitting there being like, okay, time to open presents. And just pretended like nothing changed.
Yeah.
So it took her like a good 5 or 10 minutes.
Oh, really?
Before, yeah. Or either that or, she like sat down and, then just took, like, it was definitely a delayed reaction, which was amazing. Yeah. And then just was completely surprised.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I think it was a good one.
So 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago. I want to say 2 years ago. I was seeing someone, and I knew she made me an awesome gift. And I was like, I need to make her something just as fucking cool. So I spent weeks writing this Choose Your Own Adventure story. Mm-hmm. And I was really fucking proud of it. Still really proud of it. But, it was really good. It was Christmas themed. It was like, Christmas themed. Well, it took place during Christmas time.
Was this inspired by the Neil Patrick Harris Choose Your Own Adventure?
No, mine came out first.
Yours came out first?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Cool. It was about like 90 pages, and there were about 3 alternative endings.
That's a lot of pages.
It is. Now, not all pages were completely full, right? So it's like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, option A, B, C. It takes you to whatever. So yeah.
Still pretty sweet though.
Right? I think, something like that. It's pretty good. I liked it.
Did you do research on Choose Your Own, or did you just go from scratch on your own right into it?
When I was a kid, my first ever Choose Your Own Adventure book, my brother DJ borrowed from John, my roommate, actually. And so I remember going back and I read that. And I've read very few since then, but I really like the concept. So what I did was there is a website. I don't remember what it's called offhand. I wish I did, because it's a really great website. And it's like a brain map. And so what I would do is there's the concept of the idea, and then I'd be like, here's the starting point. Here's where I want to start. And then I would have the 3 options laid out. And then for each of those 3 options, I would have X amount of options. And then sometimes they were intertwined, and ultimately that's how I came to 3 conclusions on the end, because eventually one might lead to another one that's way over here.
Yeah. So a couple different areas lead to the same thing.
Yeah, and you can't do it on pen and paper leading down like that, because it takes too much space. Like, it's absurd. But yeah, it's cool.
Pretty good tool.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about on this episode?
I think it's good for now. Because when Josh comes back in,
he's going to be jealous.
He's going to be jealous. But he'll probably want to do some Christmas stuff too, maybe. Intertwined within a regular episode. So like a combo.
True.
Yeah.
Not making any promises, because we have no idea what the next episode will be.
No.
This could be the end of Christmas.
The last time we made a promise, I missed the maple syrup.
You said on the next episode.
I was campaigning for weeks.
Yeah, you were campaigning for weeks, and it was Josh's idea to,
It have been longer than weeks.
I think it might have been months, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you did it on the show, but off the show.
Yeah, no, off show. Huge. Like every single time.
And I was like, no.
I would suggest the maple syrup, and they'd say no.
It was disgusting.
It was good quality maple syrup. I tried it out.
Tinny and lingered, and
it shouldn't have had the tin in it because it was way too old. But the maple syrup itself was high quality.
No, it wasn't good. No.
Yeah.
Aunt Jemima, much better.
Yep. Guy gave real maple syrup.
I'm just saying. Oh,
Aunt Jemima's not even maple; it's just syrup.
So, remember when we talked about ketchup last episode?
Yeah.
Was it you that suggested French's? French's, sorry.
Did you try it?
No, I haven't. But a listener of the show texted. I was going to say wrote in. Texted and said that it's awful.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know if I want to try it. Because Josh said it was awful. She said it was awful. You know?
The thing is, it's made from the same Leamington tomatoes that Heinz used to be.
You're the same guy who thought the syrup was good.
They moved away and they started using American tomatoes. And now it's got to be different because it's different tomatoes. How can Heinz be the same with different tomatoes? No, it's and French's ketchup is good.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Greg, where can they reach us if they were to email us?
Just click the email link on our page.
You don't remember our email?
No, it's like chapspodcast@gmail.com.
Perfect. Yep, Chaps.
I mean, that's that's too much. Just go to Facebook.
Yeah. Press
the email button. It's friggin' easy. Or message us on Facebook. It's already there.
Yeah.
Everything's there. Really.
Everything's there.
Yeah. You're on there anyways.
Like, subscribe on YouTube, and check us out on this premieres tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fuck, we gotta get this over to Josh soon.
Yeah.
And then tune in on Monday for our games episode, which we still haven't recorded. So, yeah.
Time to do.
Alright. Thanks for tuning in.